I really can't make this up. What is up, guys? You're tuning in to Nikki MGTV for another video. As always, you can hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, or down in the comments below if you have questions. But as always, let's roll right into the topic. That is, what the hell, Marines? Let's talk about this. Okay, I have to drive home that the military is small. Very, very small. I know that you see the numbers of a couple 100,000 people, but look at my channel, for example. A lot of people know who I am because obviously I put videos out there. People will find them. So if you post anything, send anything out, people are going to find it, okay? So let's dive into this. So Marine Corps Times posted an article that is showing a Sergeant Madison Willis that pretty much has a pay service or subscription to photos without clothes on. Okay, I've actually seen this before, just on the internet, like all these spam accounts that will have like it's onlyfans.com. Okay, and I'm like, I researched it because I was like, what the hell is this spam thing? Because so many people were spamming my Instagram with this stuff. I think at the bigger accounts they try and spam maybe a little bit more. I don't get it, but anyway, so I looked and I was like, oh, this is like an OnlyFans thing. Well, anyway, this girl, she is a single mom, reservist Marine Corps sergeant. And what she's saying is that she was doing this in order to raise more money. Now, the photos and stuff were someone screenshotted them and then sent them around Camp Wilson. Now, if you guys do not know, back in the day, there was a page on Facebook which actually was shut down because there was people just taking like photos of Marines or whatever and then just sharing them amongst each other. And then there was a huge investigation. A lot of people got kicked out. A lot of people were busted down. And that kind of created this new standpoint or standard of do not share people's photos without permission. So now as we look at her case, okay, it does bring a lot of very gray area from my experience. I'm lawyering the hell out of this right now, so this is not legal advice or anything like that. I'm just talking about from experience. So most of these that she has said are when she was not in uniform. She wasn't using her uniform to publicly, try and sell anything. She did note that there were some of these that would have her tattoos in it, which can make her noticeable. Obviously, tattoos are easy body marks to recognize. Well, anyway, she said that there's only one photo that actually had her face in it. Now, what she found out was that this was spread around camp, and Marine Corps Times actually got one of her tweets here where she says, "Listen up, I will not be posting on my OnlyFans anymore. It was a good run, but my videos are getting airdropped to all of Camp Wilson from people screen recording on my page, so I'll go F myself." I really hope that you don't take this tweet to that serious extent. If you do, please get help. And I'll say that just because, honestly, this is a very low point in someone's career, being blasted, especially Marine Corps Times. I'm talking about stuff like that. Obviously, your business is out there. But in 2 weeks now, a month from now, people are going to forget about this for the most part and be like, okay, that was yesterday's news. I know about it because I've already gone through that before. So it sounds like she was doing this because she was not able to make ends meet financially because she is a single parent to her son. And so she was trying to raise money to not have to work another job. Obviously, this is a very quick and fast way to get cash versus having to go work a regular job or whatever else. My experience with this is, I'll say this: the person that shared the photos shared them without her permission. Obviously, when you purchase something like this, the agreement of this is when you're paying for that is you're getting those photos or those videos or whatever in exchange for your money, and that is you, the customer, that transaction is happening. Obviously, it's not meant for you to reproduce and send other places and to support your creators. That's what this OnlyFans site is about, supposedly, but obviously it leads to the adult side of things. But I will say this, like I said in the beginning of the video, do not take photos of yourself without clothes. It is 2019. I'll say this as far as somebody growing up in high school when flip phones with cameras first came out. I feel like, and we had no social medias besides MySpace to really put it on. nobody really was able to share these things like they are now. Now it's just it's out there. Do not take photos without your clothes because it's just too obvious. There's revenge type people that are spiteful, and it's not cool. And especially if you want to make sure that you're not known as that person, don't do it. I'll read a statement from the Marine Corps Times that they got from her saying, "It's unfortunate because it's something I already feel terrible for doing. Not that I wanted to do it long term, but now that income is gone because people are stealing my content." I find it weird that you're so focused on the content after, you're like, oh, I'd still be doing this if people didn't steal my content. I'm like, listen, all right, let's talk about a few things in the military in general, okay? This is a consensual relationship, obviously, of somebody that pays for it and her sending it, okay? So that is within the rules. Also, it's not right that the person sent it, like I said. But also, when you look at non-judicial punishment, NJP, under the Uniform Code of Military Justice, which the military falls under, okay? There's a lot of broad things, like Article 92 is very broad, and things like that, where they could charge you for things. And the point of non-judicial punishment and stuff like that is for good order and discipline. Could her selling this stuff and having this persona have a negative impact on a unit? It looks like this is a negative impact on the unit. Okay, so let's talk about it. So could she get in trouble? Yes, even though it's two consenting adults. I believe so. Again, see lawyer, do not take my words of legal advice. And a lot of people are probably going to write in the comments like, you're in the military, you're having to do this to make money. She is a reservist, so you have to understand the paycheck is for those 2 days and then 2 weeks of the year. And I do want to vouch that obviously if you're a single parent, that is hard as well. I'm not a single parent, but I know it would be. On the same token, I also look at it of like the military aspect. If you are you've got tons of services and resources to try and help you out navigate life when things get tough, and have someone sit down with you and see your finances, see what daycare options you have, see what you can do for extra income. There's a lot of things out there for military members. Even if you are reservists, you have a right to these services as well. So, obviously this OnlyFans.com thing, very lucrative. It sounds like very easy. You could stockpile photos and send it off. Now, where she got herself caught up in this, though, is if she wanted to remove all these photos and all of her database of the material that she's put out, her content, she would have to give full refunds to people, because it sounds like people that are on OnlyFans or whatever, like you subscribe for the month, but you have access to everything they've ever created. But then once it's done, it's done. You can't access it anymore. And so it's like a month by month thing. So I am interested to see where this case goes, if we hear anything else about it. But honestly, at the end of this, I wish her the best. Obviously, single mom, going through a hard time, found some way to make ends meet with a little effort. I mean, I'm one of those people that, like, I look at someone that does any of that industry and I'm like, if you are okay with it and you realize the repercussions of that, and what box you get put into, go for it. But because it's not my body, not my choice, right? But if you are a willing participant and you are signing away that's good to go, then go for it. But this is obviously one of the repercussions. There have been many other cases of people actually doing stuff like this, but even more weird is they've done it in uniform, which obviously is a dead giveaway. Literally, imagine having your name, the branch, your rank. It's like I said, the military is very small. So just realize that these things will get out very quickly. So I just wanted to silver line this story and talk about it. There are resources, there's other things that you can do to make money. And I think highlighting those things is important for this, looking back. And obviously also highlighting the fact that you can't send photos that are not yours to send, right? Without consent, without permission, or whatever else. I can't believe we're revisiting this issue that literally burned so many people years ago with that Facebook page that dealt with this. So just don't do it. If you get a photo, don't send it. Just, obviously that just puts proof on the investigation. They can see who sent it to you or received it. But also at the same token, if you do receive this stuff and you didn't warrant it, you can also be part of the investigation if you don't report it, right? So if someone's doing this, you have to report it as well. So I hope that was a good moral of this story. But as always, guys, if you guys do have questions, you can always hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, or down in the comments below. I love you guys. See you guys later.